Let's decorate this cookie made with the 4-piece Christmas tree set available at Sweets from the Soul. The bottom set can be completely flooded for a full tree effect, but in this tutorial we will be adding a trunk and fondant presents under the tree. Begin by flooding the 4 parts of the tree with a green flood consistency royal icing. Then flood the star in yellow with a white catch light on the right side of the star. On the second piece, we will add a bit of whimsy with eyes piped with black royal icing in a piping consistency. Then, with the same consistency in white, add a catch light on the right side of the eyes. Next, using a red royal icing in a piping consistency, place 2 dots on each side for rosy cheeks. The trunk is then added using chocolate brown in a flood consistency. You may outline and flood with the same flood consistency. Allow all pieces to dry at least to a crust stage before proceeding. For added definition, outline the sides and bottom of each piece using a slightly lighter green in a piping consistency. The hole in the bag should be smaller for this detail than when you are flooding or adding the eyes and cheeks. For the face, add a smile to the middle section with dot points added to the ends. Then continue outlining the rest of the piece. This touch adds to the whimsical look of the Christmas tree face. Continue outlining the bottom of the tree and set all pieces aside to dry while we work on the fondant presents. Prepare the surface with parchment or wax paper and have a small container of cornstarch and a brush nearby to prevent the fondant from sticking to the molds or tools. There is an excellent tutorial for making fondant under the Tutorial and Recipes tab on our website. There is also a link below. Fondant should be colored using gel colors and remain covered to only pulling out a small amount to use to prevent drying. You will need fondant in red, green, yellow, and brown. We will be using the baby bear, duck, footprint, and bottle molds along with the ribbon bow knot molds in this application. Knead the dough thoroughly before beginning. On the parchment paper, roll out a small amount of fondant. Cut a square using a small rectangle or square cutter. Next, cut a ribbon from a contrasting color using the same cutter. Place the ribbon on the square and roll the fondant slightly, cutting off the excess with a sharp knife. Top the present with a bow by placing a small amount of fondant in the bow knot mold that has been dusted with cornstarch. Bend the mold slightly to release the fondant bow and place it on the package using slight pressure. A drop of water can also be used to ensure proper adhesion. To make the bear, use the baby mold again, lightly dusted with cornstarch. Trim off the excess with a sharp knife and release the fondant bare and set it aside to dry. Once dried, use an edible marker to add details. Let's use the mold again to make a rubber duck. Press the fondant into the mold, removing any excess with a sharp knife. Bend the mold gently to release the fondant from the mold. A scribe can also be used to coax the duck from the mold and to reshape the beak if needed. Once dried, an edible marker can be used to color the beak orange for added detail. Once the fondant presents have dried, place the presents under the tree using a dot of royal icing to attach each present in its desired place. Add lights to the tree using a piping consistency royal icing in coordinated colors. Place dots sparingly around the tree, avoiding the piece with the eyes and cheeks. And there you have a decorated tree with presents underneath, ready to package for gift giving or to sell at markets, pre-sales, or pop-ups. This tree fits nicely in a 9.5 by 6-inch box with a clear top, available from Amazon. The link is in the description below. For food safety, package the cookie in a cello bag before placing it in any container, especially that with shred. You can then embellish the box with ribbons and bows. Coordinated tags are now available on our website. We also have this 3-piece snowman set available in our store. These sets make great gifts for almost anyone on your list and are very popular as options for pre-sales and markets. His face is easy to apply using the Snowman Faces stencil. The nose is piped using orange, stiff consistency royal icing. Here it is packaged in a coordinated box purchased from the Dollar Tree. The complete kit, including the 3-piece cookie cutter set, the Snowman Face stencil, along with access to full tutorials, is available using the links in the description to Sweets from the Soul below. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again soon at sweetsfromthesoul.com.